guys and girls, Brick Dude Curtis here, and I thought I'd bring you something a little bit different, which is a little taste of nostalgia. The other day, I was going through some of my Lego items and Lego collection, and I discovered a bunch of instruction booklets that I had for many Lego sets I completely forgot that I even had owned at one point or another. But also, I found this old Lego Maniac Collector's Guide, which was basically a little catalog that they used to put in some of the larger sets to show you what was out, what was available, and what you could get at the time. So I thought it would be cool to go through this and just reminisce a little bit. So let's take a look. Opening to the first page of the book, we have the Lego Maniac himself, who used to be the Lego mascot, and just talking about, you can see where there's a little table of contents on here that shows the different pages and what to expect in different sections. So the first area they're showing is the ice planet. Now, I don't know about you, but I was definitely a fan of Ice Planet when I was a kid. I only had a few of the sets, nothing big. The one I had was the Blizzard Baron. I knew I had some of the pieces because when I was sorting my parts and showing Tiny Big Tina some of my old Lego, I found a bunch of the pieces. But again, I had no recollection of it specifically being that model until I found the instructions for it. On the next page, we have Lego Space as it was at the time. So we have Spyrus, which were the new bad guys, as well as the Space Police. One thing that I really liked back here was this monorail, and I really hope that Lego brings something like this back. I mean, I know it's probably going to be more expensive now because this was, the moon-based monorail, and apparently that part for the monorail, Lego didn't officially make it. They outsourced it, and the place that they outsourced it to is essentially no longer exist. Well, so supposedly because of that, we'll never see the monorail as it is come back, but hopefully they make a new version of it. Also, one of the things I've noticed in the catalog is the Spyrus area. Now, these are listed as being new. Now, Spyrus came out in 1994, so that means I got this catalog back in 94, obviously, when I was 11 years old. So I've had this for a long time, and it's pretty cool to see, again, what was available then. So that tells me that I probably got this catalog from one of the first large Lego sets I ever got. And if it's in here, I'll show you what it is. So again, we have the Space Police over here. Lego Space always had a special place in my heart, which is part of the reason why I had to get the 90th anniversary Galaxy Explorer. Even though that Galaxy Explorer was too old by the time I was alive and getting into Legos, these catalogs used to make reference to it all the time. I used to see it, and then, again, the early Lego Space still was in kind of that theme. So it was something that I always was like, oh, that's so cool. I would love to have that. And I just would have loved to have a lot of this stuff. Lego Castle. We had the Black Knights, the Wolf Pack, and the Dragon Masters. Now, these, I didn't really have a lot of these sets. The one that I had, I think it's on the next page. But let's see. There was a lot of cool stuff over here, which again is part of the reason why I really wanted to get that 90th anniversary castle. But it is a little bit too rich for my blood right now. So I did have the Wolfpack Renegade set. That was the main piece that I had. I remembered getting it. I actually got it at Eckerd, which was a drugstore. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it was a drugstore back in the 90s. That's where my mom used to work. And like a lot of drugstores, CVS, Walgreens nowadays, they have a toy section and they sold Legos. And that was a set in there. And I remember my mom was able to get it for me with her discount. I think it was probably cost me about $8 if I remember correctly. The Black Knight Castle, that's essentially what the castle for the 90th anniversary is based off of, just a modern remake of it. And then the Black Knight himself down here at the bottom is another figure. I actually still have all those pieces, and that's another figure that I got from that Eckerd drugstore that my mom worked at. The Lego Pirates have always been one of my favorite themes, and you have the Pirates, the Imperial Guards, and one of the new themes within there, the Islanders. Now, when I was a kid, I never got a chance to have the pirate ship. Actually, I had a chance to get it, but I actually chose to get a different option, which again, maybe I'll get to show you what it was from this catalog. But the Renegade Runner was the one that I had an option to get. There was a big Lego sale at a store. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember. And my mom gave us the option of picking one big set each. And my sister, I'll show you what set she got. but I picked, my choice was between the Renegade Runner and another one, and I chose the other one. So sometimes I regret that, sometimes I don't, but we'll see what the other one was. But Pirates Plunder, I had that. The Renegade Raft, I still have that. And the Raft Raiders was a set that I have. One of the things I used to love to do with my Lego Pirates was I would put down a giant blue sheet and as the ocean and just set up pirate adventures. And that's actually something I've been able to continue with Tiny Brick Tina, as I have the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship now, and we've had pirate adventures on the high seas. So on this page, we have the Islanders theme. I had the King Kahuka, and I also had the Islanders Catamaran, which is like a little raft for the Islanders. I did not have their base, but I would have loved to have had it, nor did I have the King's Throne. Oh, and I also had the Crocodile Cage. I completely forgot about that one, just until I saw it. And then the Imperial Guards. So, like I said, the Imperial Guards and Pirates were always a favorite theme of mine. The Imperial Guards, one of their sets was actually literally the first Lego set that I ever bought on my own with my own money. I remember it was the Saber Island. It cost me $12. Took me forever to save up for it. Bounty Boat is another one I used to have. And then on this side of the theme, we are into the city. Now, I always liked city. This little hot rod was something that I loved the design of. I used to make my own or attempt to make my own, and I always wanted my own. I had this boat right here. We'll learn more about what it's called later on. And I always thought the Sail and Fly Marina was really cool. All right, so if we're looking at this page, again, Victory Cup Racers was a set I really wanted because I loved the look of the Lego race cars back then. Part of the reason why I really like the Speed Champions now, even though obviously the Speed Champion scale is so much bigger, these little race cars look like the go-karts or something. But the Rebel Roadster, I never had that one. Again, I used to always want it, and I used to use my own pieces to try to recreate it. I did have the Hydro Racer, and I wanted the Hot Rod Club. I was never able to get it, but, you know, I do have a little hot rod now, and again, the ones I used to build when I was a kid. Next on this side, we have the flight area of the city. Again, I always loved the flight theme. And here we go, the Aerial Acrobats. This is the set that I chose instead of the pirate ship. I chose it because I figured that with the city theme set, me and my sister could play along more easily than we could with the pirate set. You know, I always enjoyed it. It gave me a lot of options, but a part of me always wanted that pirate set, and I wish I could have done more. I also had the Aero Hawk right here. And I wanted the Space Shuttle as well as the Century Skyway. I mean, that is a really cool airport setup. Much cooler than some of the ones we've had in recent years. Of course, the planes are smaller, but just look at everything that you get with this. And of course, you know, Lego was a lot cheaper back then. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it was cheaper, because I'm actually looking at some of the prices. There's no prices in this book, as you'll notice, or at least on these pages. Later on, we'll see some prices. But the pieces still came out to about 10 cents a piece. You know, the only difference is now there's usually a lot more pieces. All right. Rocky River Retreat was always a cool looking set. I would have loved to have had it. And here's just a good set. Like the Pizza to Go is a good set that people can put in their cities nowadays if they still have it, or do like a modern reinterpretation of it. We have the old school road plates. And then we have the gas transit truck. I had that with the Octane guy. Used to love that little truck and playing with it. Now over on this side, we have the rescue theme, which is where you have your police and fire. I was a big fan of Lego Police back in the day, as well as the fire theme. And the Chopper Cops was the set that I had from when I was a kid. My uncle bought it for me for Christmas. And again, I still have most of those pieces. My motorcycle is broken. So I have thought about, you know, going on Bricklink and either replacing the set completely or getting the missing pieces. And now we are in the themes for the ladies. So Poolside Paradise right here is the set that my sister picked out on that fateful day when my mother allowed us to grab Lego sets. So again, since she got the little vacation theme, I thought it would be nicer for us to play if her people from the Paradise could come and visit an air show, as well as the other city items that I had, rather than worrying about being attacked by pirates. So this was the Paradisa theme. Like a lot of beach stuff, a lot of vacation vibes. This base plate my sister had was really cool. I really liked that little car that you could design. But it was a lot of cool stuff. She really liked it back in the day. We have over here, we have Belleville. Now this is a theme a lot of people don't remember. Where these were slightly bigger Lego figures and almost to this, and so they were trying to create, this is not the, like, Lego has done a lot of experimenting with dolls and things for girls. This was kind of like in between, so where you could still build on it, like you see in the picture where it's showing it's buildable, but also these are like massive pieces and stuff. But yeah, the next page, we are on the Lego train. So here's the old school train speed regulator. You see a lot of people, in the community use this now for their Lego sets because they just like it better than what's used now. This is a metro station. Really like this station. Looking back at it, it's really cool. And I love the look of the old school trains, which actually look like the US Amtrak trains that we deal with. I would love for them to bring back this model. As a matter of fact, one of the Lego Masters from the TV show Lego Master had recently did a full brick version of one of these trains on his Instagram. I'll see if I can post a picture and insert it. But, I'd really love for that train design to come back. Like, I like the idea that, Lego is its own world with its own fantasy elements. But as you see a lot of times from, the Lego creators and their Lego cities, they try to make realistic aspects. So it's always nice to see, a train that looks familiar to you in real life. All right, we have the Lego boats, and these boats, again, they really float. I was really wanted the cabin cruiser as well as the police patrol. I never got them because at the time when, this was around, I was, again, 11 years old. So that's the time where you're transitioning to not really taking baths anymore, but mostly showers. And we didn't have a pool or anything, so there wasn't really going to be an opportunity for me to play with a Lego boat that was designed to float in water. Over here, we have the Lego model team. The model team was really cool, and I really hope they bring back. In a lot of ways, the model team is like what we have now with the Creator Expert line. These were big models, lots of pieces, and designed to make, realistic looking cars and trucks and boats and stuff and airplanes, as you can see from the picture. It's funny, if you get the Creator Expert Camaro, the one that just recently came out a few months ago, there's a Hot Rod magazine that actually shows one of the Creator Expert sets on the front of the magazine. So hopefully they do a new interpretation of that. I would love to see, like, especially if they're not going to bring back the exact models. Like I said, bring them back, in a modern styling, modern sensibility. I would love that. I'm thinking a lot of other Lego fans would love that as well. Good old Lego Technic. Not much has changed with Technic. Some of the sets obviously have become a lot more detailed. But there's the Technic batteries, the motors. Technic was a lot of fun and something that you looked forward to when you were a kid, finally being old enough to, do Technic, again, it's for advanced builders. And then at the end of this little catalog, first we have where you can register for the Lego Maniacs Club and get the Lego Maniacs magazine, as well as a free Lego set. I was a member. I love that magazine. You used to be able to, you'd see things kids built. You'd be able to create your own designs and send them in. It was a lot of fun. They still have a Lego magazine now. I'm waiting for Tina to get a little bit older so we can actually sign her up for it. And I don't think it comes with a free set or anything anymore, but I will be excited to receive those magazines and share those with her. again, just like we share this love of Lego in general. So this is something at the very end that I also used to like, was this is the where you can do the shop at home. So they used to have these kits, and Lego still does this a little bit, where you can buy like little, like nowadays it's sold in like poly bags, and they'll have pieces that you can use that relate to certain themes or whatever. Like for example, I picked up a bunch of city extras where it had, if I remember correctly, it had like some street lights, it had some traffic lights, just different things that go in your city. So like I said, just looking at these prices, the Beach Bandit, $4.75. The Mag Racer, I used to love this little car and these cars so much. You know, $7.25 for 56 pieces. You see some airplane accessories, space accessories, the antennas and control sticks. You used to be able to order additional armor pieces for your castle, medieval figures, pirate figures, the little different logos and direct decorative elements for space, as well as the base plates and the brick separator. So a lot of cool stuff that you used to be able to order. And then the final page, you know, they had the tree and fences, they had the Lego road signs, and I wonder if they still make those. I don't believe I've seen any of those recently. The Lego backhoe, I gotta see if I can get that. The backhoe was always been my favorite piece of, you know, construction equipment. So I would love to be able to build and have the Lego version of that again. You used to be able to search and buy individual bricks, individual colors. You know, there's the different town accessories, building idea book, town people, pothole patcher. So Lego always had a lot of cool little sets and designs just for your city. And, you know, this, looking through this catalog, it was a fun trip down memory lane. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, sound off in the comments below. Let me know if you remember any of these sets, if you wish they would bring back some of these sets, and just what your favorite part of looking at this catalog was. So again, I've been Brick Dude Curtis. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a blessed day. Thanks.